Hey, how's it going, guys? This is a typical security guard coming to you with the Echelon Minute. So the other day I had someone comment on one of my videos and they asked a great question that I thought was really important to bring to you guys. The question was, I live in a housing association and we're having a horrible time moving transients off of property. Do you have any advice? And I do. I'm going to share with you guys a quick story. The other day I was working here in downtown Portland. I got a dispatch call to one of the local universities that we service. When I got there, there was a interior security guard who was asking for assistance in getting a homeless person to move off of the property. When I asked him what had been going on, he said he had gone out, he had talked to this person, had basically asked this person to leave, and their response was pretty aggressive. I think he told him to go fuck himself, right? And so he asked for my assistance in getting this person to move. So I get out of the car, I head over, I introduce myself, and after a couple of minutes, the person begrudgingly leaves property. So the security guard asked me, he goes, why is it that you're able to come out and say the exact same thing and get a different result? And I shared with him what I'm going to share with you guys. See, this security guard, although he works at this university location, he generally works inside. And I asked him, I said, do you have the ability to come outside and walk around? I'm sure that you have a patrol schedule that you're supposed to do the perimeter or the exterior of the building. But aside from that, do you spend any time going outside and just talking to the people that were there? And he said, no, short of his patrol, he never goes out there. And it's really important that people understand this, whether you live in Portland or whether you live in Rhode Island somewhere. If you're interacting with people that are living on the street, if you're interacting with people that potentially have nowhere else to go, your first interaction with that person can't be when you're telling them to leave property or go somewhere else. You have to remember at the end of the day, everyone has feelings, everyone has, personal dreams, desires, all of these things that I know most people, when you watch these videos, you don't want to hear about it, but it's so true. If the first time that you're talking to someone is to tell them to get up off of this stoop or off of this piece of concrete and just go away, typically they aren't going to respond to that. So I talked to this security guard. I said, listen, if you have the ability to come out every 15, 20 minutes, maybe once an hour, not associated with your patrol, to just come out and talk to people. Ask people how their day is going. Ask them if they've had anything to eat. If you have the opportunity to offer bottles of water, potentially cigarettes, or maybe even granola bars, things like that, it goes a long way. Not necessarily in getting this person to leave your property, but in creating that rapport. Guys, listen, your relationship with people, whether it's the people that you're dealing with or the people in the peripheral, let me say this again, whether it's the people that you're directly dealing with or the people indirectly around the people that you're dealing with. If you create rapport and you create a relationship with those people, getting people to comply to your demands or your request is so much easier. Again, the first time that you interact with somebody, it can't be when you're trying to get them to do something that you want them to do, or maybe even potentially need them to do. This is why the echelon way of creating relationships is so successful here in Portland, because we're not just enforcing rules, we're not just enforcing policy, we're not just moving people from one place to another. We're actually creating relationships and getting to know people. And guys, I've said this 1,000 times and I'll probably say it 1,000 times again. I know you don't want to hear this. This is not the cool, sexy part of private security or law enforcement. This isn't firearms training. This isn't medical training. This isn't cool kit. This is communication. And at the end of the day, the root of what we do is all communication. If you can communicate with people and you can get them to actively communicate with you, you will find that your compliance rate will skyrocket and your negative interactions will decline. It all comes down to creating those relationships and understanding what people are dealing with, what they're going through, and creating that well before you have to have that interaction. You have to invest. And what I told that security guard the other day was, you are going to spend the same amount of time. It just comes down to how you want to spend it. You can spend 25 minutes each shift investing in the relationship with the people that are right outside your door, or you can spend 25 minutes each shift arguing, fighting, in dealing with the negative repercussions that come from people not listening to you or not showing you compliance. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you agree with this approach? Have you seen it work? Or do you think that maybe this is all rainbows and sunshine and I'm somewhere out in left field with this thought process? Drop your comments below and let me know what you guys think. At the end of the day, it's not about me, it's about us. This is a community, and it's a community that we're happy you're a part of. Thanks for being here. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Be great.